Y'all, we ain't gonna get another day like this for a while. It's beautiful out here. Checking up on the hounds out here. Got some parts in. It's 70 something degrees in the middle of November in West Tennessee. Yeah, we ain't gonna see this again for a while. Got a few parts in for the tractor, and we're gonna get to work since it's nice outside. We ain't gonna talk about that shit again. This is a tractor video. We're gonna try and keep this content separate since I can't seem to do that. So, tractor, I've already, well, the wind uncovered it for me. Let me show you what I got for it. And I gotta thank my boy down there at Dave's Armature again for hooking me up. So, here's the alternator, and just so you know, that's 75 degrees. And that date is correct. Anyway, here's the alternator off the tractor. He cleaned it up all nice for me. Put a 1-wire kit on it. I can get rid of the external regulator and she'll go to charging. Back when I had this thing at the property, I had plugged the regulator in. This is externally regulated, and this thing charged at like 18 volts. So I knew the alternator was good, but the regulator was bad. So we're going to simplify this. I'm going to pull my book out, and we're going to go through there and find where the regulator is, what wires go to it, and I got to find my book. I think that's it right there. I got all my manuals and all my information, and this is a John Deere manual for my tractor. Also got me a fresh belt for it, because the one that's on there is some kind of Chinese horse shit, which this probably is too, but this is the correct size. And I got me another suction filter. Last time I used it, I noticed that the hydraulics weren't working too great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run in here and find all my wiring from my regulator and everything, and figure out what we need to take out of there and delete. And we're going to install this dude. I got to find some new bolts because the ones that were holding it on were loose and wallered out. I've also got another piece to do. I'm finna start some gauges. So this is what I got. This is the little lower panel that goes on it. And I've got this doohickey. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to weld her on there about like that. And when you sit on the tractor, well, I don't know if I can hold this with one hand or not. You'll essentially be looking down at it like this when you're sitting on the tractor. And I haven't ordered gauges yet, but I can work on this panel. Don't really need starting instructions because I think I've pretty got that much down. But we are going to put some gauges on it. I'm going to do water temp, oil pressure, hydraulic temp. It's really all I need. So let me get in here in this book. I'm not going to bore you with 812 pages front and back. There's no need in that. And we'll get to installing this alternator. Alright, so some time has passed. I got carried away. I got to remember to pick this thing up. So what I found so far is we had a extra wire coming off the ignition switch. Let's see if you can see it. That one right there. This junk. Run all the way to the S wire on the starter. Why? Because the wire on the neutral safety switch is cut. So I guess the tractor wouldn't start. So instead of fixing the problem, we'll just bypass it, right? So here's my neutral safety switch on the side of it. I thought it was a hydraulic temp. Here's the plug for it, and you can clearly see that wire right there cut in half, stripped back, tore up. Anyway, so I'm assuming that was the problem. But I did find, here's the harness, goes to the lower section. Don't know what this is, but it's god awful. Don't know what these are. I think this goes to the fuse box because it's sitting right here. and it's got all these weird little plugs on the back. It's pretty much garbage. Not sure what some of this is yet, but I do know this is the plug that goes to the starter. See the black wire, white tracer, one in, one out. Those go down to the neutral safety switch, run through this guy. So I was going to go ahead and eliminate a bunch of crap before I got too far. This is my headlights. Really don't know why we have 3 wires other than high beam, but if you put LEDs on shit, you really don't need high beam. And the way this was done was the ground wires for all of the lights on the tractor were run to the starter, or excuse me, to the alternator. Why? Who the fuck knows? So this section of harness here that I've got in my hand will be cut out all the way to the fuse box. Here's the ground that went to the alternator. It's got 2 wires, one all the way to the back and one to the front headlights. Not cool in my opinion. Here's the wires for the voltage regulator, which pretty sure is our culprit on our charging problem, because you can see that plug is pretty toasty. I don't think I got enough butter for that toast, and this thing is crusty as hell. So we'll be throwing that away and eliminating that entire chunk of harness because it's not really needed. So what I was going to do next is poke me a little jumper wire in this plug here and see if we still have continuity between the start signal from our ignition switch down here to the wire on our starter. If we do, then I'm going to cut this wire out of the harness, remove this, put a better end on it. Well, actually I kind of like that end. If I can reuse it I might, but it's just a flat spade. I think it's female flat spade. If I can reuse it and plug it into the starter, that would be cool because it keeps trash out of the starter. So we're gonna hook us up a little jumper wire right quick. See if I can set y'all down right here. Don't know what you can see, what you can't see. I don't know. We're gonna see how that works. Made me a little jumper wire here. Let's see. We're gonna jump this one and this one, and then we're gonna test where that damn wire is, and probably help if I turn my meter on. Oh, it is on. Is it? Yep, it's on. Oh, that is the wire. We still don't have any continuity between them 2 wires. So we're going to check. Nothing there. Hey, that's coming from the starter. So we're going to plug that one right there. See if we got continuity here. Yes, we do. So why did the jumper wire not work? That's a good damn question. Oh, because that connector is woe out. Jeez. Well, that makes a lot of sense that it's woe out. Let's try this again. Yeah, we got continuity now, so we know that's where we need our jumper. Well, I'm gonna leave that little dude on there. Now that I know we got start signal, we can tighten that dude up a little bit. Shouldn't be no problem. I should be able to back probe that, pull the wire out, crimp it a little bit. Alright, cool deal. So we got quite a bit to eliminate. I don't know what the hell that plug is. We're just gonna start hacking shit up. I know we don't need this, so we're gonna cut that out of there. That's shit. What else do we not need? We don't need this damn thing. So let me grab some better cutters. We can cut some of this shit out. Alright, little quick update, and then I'm gonna go back to jamming on some music. I don't exactly know what this is. It's not in the harness. in the wiring diagram. One of them is this. The other one is this. This is a pre-jumpered plug, which is funny because if you see that black and white wire, those are the same two start signal wires that I jumped down here. So I don't exactly know what this piece of harness is right here because it's not in the diagram. So guess what? It's getting chopped out. I also got most of the harness back to here that I'm cutting out of it, and I've got her simplified up here. So that's a little quick update. Let me keep getting on it. All right, boys, here's where I'm at. The alternator holds a 8mm bolt because she's Japanese. Well, I've got some replacement 8mm, but because the original bolts, hang on, let me find them. There they is. Because the original bolts was so wore out from flopping around for God knows how long, being loose, it wore the alternator and the bracket. So when you put the bolts in, you got all kind of flop, and it actually cocked the alternator sideways and wouldn't even line the belt up. The belt would be straight and the alternator would be like this. So what I did was I had to put some standard shit in it because I didn't have any 10mm bolts. I got tons of 6 and 8s and 14s and 12s, no 10s. I drilled the alternator to 3/8 on both ends. Fits much tighter. And I might have broke the bushing right there, but it'll be all right. Also cleaned up the bracket that holds the alternator and give her a little shot of John Deere yellow. Had to drill those holes out to excuse me, to 3/8 as well. So I got that going. Brackets drying, alternator's drilled. I think I've got most of the wiring figured out. Let's go take a gander at her. What I've got done so far. Gosh, it's still so nice out here. We supposedly got some rain coming through tonight, and it's going to drop 40 degrees. It's supposed to be in the 30s. I don't know, we'll see. So there's a pile of crap I cut out of it. Don't look like much, but the garbage I work on for a living don't need much wiring, and neither does this mechanical old thing. So we got the bare essentials for now. I've cut everything off the ignition switch I don't need. One being this cold start solenoid. It don't get cold enough in Tennessee for this crap. You don't need a cold start solenoid. I'm gonna end up deleting this piece and running me a fresh piece of line back to the tank. We got a charge wire that I'm gonna redo because I don't like it. We got our 2 gauge wires left. Excuse me, and I went ahead and cut the this would have been the start wire. Let me get my damn finger off the camera. This would have been the start wire right here. I went ahead and cut it out because it had 6 splices in it. So I'll run a fresh wire to the starter. And what I did with most of this was, I don't know how well you can see this stuff. I left me some pigtails. I don't know where I am on this shit. Hang on. There we go. I left me a pigtail. Of course, it won't focus for shit, because about like me, it's tired and probably ready to go to bed. I left a pigtail off the headlight switch so I can use it later to wire in my lights. I've got my fuel gauge hooked back up, and I've got 3 wires coming off of it. I don't know where they go because they're not on the wiring diagram. And of course, neither is the fuel gauge, which doesn't make any sense to me. Let's see here. I got 2 gauge wires hanging out right here, and I've got a pigtail coming off my hour meter. It doesn't need power because it's mechanical, but it's the bulbs in it. So I got power and ground off of that to run to the headlight switch later. So I got me a few pigtails, a few wires to run for the ignition switch, which that won't be no problem. I'm probably going to eliminate this little guy. These are the warning lights. I think I'm going to build me a little aluminum panel and maybe put me a toggle switch or 2. I'll put some work lights on the back. It used to have some you know, some floodlights. I'll put some floodlights back on it, but I probably won't run them to the headlights. Well, that may have been a spot, who knows. Anyway, I'll wire the lights up later. We ain't trying to bush hog at midnight yet. That's about where I'm at. I think I've got everything figured out on it. I did notice one thing. I went to put the damn belt on it, and you have to pull the lower hose to get it off. So this thing's got fresh coolant in it, and I really don't feel like dropping it just yet. Yeah, she's well, probably wouldn't hurt to drop it. Ain't no telling how long this thing sat before I got it. I may just drop the coolant and go ahead and snatch the belt off of it, because when you put the alternator back on it, she's all the way at the end of her adjustment here and the belt's still loose. So we might as well just go ahead and put the belt on it. So that's about where I'm at. And I think I'm gonna run out of daylight here in a little bit. I mean, she ain't too far down, but it's been getting dark pretty quick here. So I'm gonna keep on going on this, and we'll see how far we can get today. Here it comes. Alright, so I got a little further. I got me a new signal wire run for the starter. Dang old ignition switch, back ender. Only got but a few wires now. I wired up a fast engine management system quite a few years ago, and the wiring that was left over was this stuff, and it's got all kind of stuff. I don't know, it ain't gonna focus in on it, but it's got a bunch of stuff. Let's see, gasoline and oil resistant circuit. It's super nice wire, and I've got it in all shitloads of colors, and I always use it when I'm rewiring stuff because it's such good stuff. So got my signal wire run, and I'm working on my connections here at the starter. And one, I can't stand these crimp style connectors. They're awful. So I'm gonna cut this dude off, and I've got another one I'm gonna solder on it. And I'm looking at my wires here, and I don't really like this. So I was gonna put some new ends on it, and I seen this wire's got a chunk of shit missing out of it. So I really ain't got no connectors big enough, one, to go on this lug here, and then a connector that's small enough to go on the alternator post, but big enough for the wire size I need. You see, it's, you know, pretty small post there. So I'm digging around. I got a whole drawer full of wiring and battery cables and all kinds of shit, and I found these little dudes in there. I don't know what these are off of. They're off a trickle charger, or I mean, it's some pretty decent wire, and they've got these little ends on it here, and I can drill that dude out just a hair and make her fit on there. And there's my small connector and a decent sized wire. So there's my charge wire. And then because that wire is a decent size, I got me these little guys. So I'm gonna stuff two wires in here and solder them, and that's gonna be where the charge wire goes in and the battery power goes to the ignition switch. And I'll have to drill this end out just a little bit to fit the starter. And then I found this old solder on end. I'll have to drill it out to the size I need, and we'll put it on the starter for the battery cable. So I'll have a freshly soldered end for the battery, and some fresh cables and connectors and everything for the alternator. So we're gonna get her going. All right, boys, we're gonna try this and see what we can do. I gotta solder this fitting on. It's starting to get dark out here, so we're gonna try and move kind of quick with it. Oh, that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That's the battery wire headed to the ignition switch and the new charge wire. As soon as it's on there good enough, we try our heat shrink up there. And she should pretty much shrink herself because there should be quite a bit of heat in that dude. Yeah, she's doing pretty good. If not, we'll give him a little extra. That's beautiful, boys. Freaking beautiful. Look at that new charge wire. I'll be damned. That ain't no Ford Ranger, but what's behind it is. That's beautiful. Alright, so we got one more we need to do. And I ain't got no shrink wrap to fit it. But I thought I left the damn fitting out here and I didn't. Or did I? Did I? Shit, I don't know anymore. As of about right now, I've been up 24 hours, so let me see what the hell I did with it. I got it. So, that one goes on there like that. So we're going to have to do this number with it. Shit, I hope I got enough solder. I'm damn near out. This might be enough. Yes, I have a torch right next to a fuel tank. You don't need to worry about that shit. Yep, I need more solder. Okay, that needs to be on there like this. Oh, listen to it cook. That's the good stuff. She ain't quite cool enough yet, boys. I have to wait just a minute. Oh, that's the ticket. That's the freaking ticket. That's gonna be warm. Guarantee. Holy shit. It fucking fits. Who would have thought it? And we got just enough room to put a nut on it. God dang. Well, that's just beautiful. Just beautiful. There we go. Zip tie that down. We got one more wire to terminate. And if my bracket's dry, we can slap the alternator on it. I ain't gonna put the new belt on it yet. I'll go get coolant for it tomorrow and we'll swap that out. We can actually hook the battery up and see if it cranks. See if I actually did what I thought I was gonna do. All right, let's see here. All right, it's getting late, so I had to put my coon light on my head so I can finish this thing. So I don't know if you can see it. I did get this thing depinned. I'm gonna use it, and we're gonna solder on to that orange wire right there. I've got my connector up here somewhere. I've got my soldering iron going. Looks like she's getting warm. Set that right there. Now I'll get my little helping hands out. These are the best damn things ever. Slide us a piece of heat shrink on there. And I'm going to do something I don't normally do, which is put these things together, because that damn connector was broke. So we're going to solder it just like this. I swear, sometimes them dogs just get on my last damn nerve. Alright boys, we're going to see what we can do with that. Let's stick some solder on this thing. That's not bad. We can call that. Yeah, we're gonna roll with that. I think that's got her, boys. God dang, that's beautiful. Freaking beautiful, boys. All right. Alright, we're gonna see if our bracket's dry for the daggum alternator, because it's just hanging. It ain't on there. Okay, fast forward a little bit. I had a buddy of mine stop by. I had some questions about some junk, and well, alright, yeah. I just put the alternator on. The bracket isn't exactly dry, but it's in there and it's bolted down. The belt is pretty damn straight. I didn't put the belt on it, but you can see it's completely out of adjustment. I want to see this damn thing run and charge the freaking battery. So, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to hook this cable up, see if there's any smoke come out anywhere. See what we get. I don't see no smoke nowhere, just a couple bugs. How about that? Let me tighten this battery cable down and we'll see if she runs. She might run. She might run, boys. See if I can get this damn... I hate these damn straps they put on batteries. Always in the freaking way. Always. That looks better. Alright. Let's see what we can do. All of my hounds are upset because I got this light on my head and they think we're going hunting. And I'll tell you what, we ain't going hunting when it's 70 degrees. Okay, Let's see. Well, I've got that on the wrong damn. Yep. I've got it on the wrong damn one. That's what it is. Shit. Interesting. Well, we'll give her fuel and see if she fires. Be good. Let me grab my meter. We'll see if she's charging. Well, I done dropped the damn phone. So we had to give her a little RPM. She started charging 14.19, which is more than plenty for me. I guess tomorrow I'll pull that ignition switch back out because I've got that, I'll have to look at my wiring diagram again. I've got that start wire on the wrong damn side. I may just fix that right now.